On September 12, 1913, a son was born to a family of poor black sharecroppers in Oakville, Alabama. The father, Henry, was a hard-working man, the son of enslaved parents. And while he was free in name, remnants of the institution of slavery still remained. These remnants took the form of Jim Crow laws, vicious doctrines that sought to maintain segregation and keep the black community oppressed. There is no doubt that Henry and his family had to eat at different restaurants than white people and take the back entrance to convenience stores. While these black institutions were considered separate but equal, there was nothing equal about them. These sharecroppers were lent cropland from white landowners where they could grow their own cash crops for a fraction of the profits. Unfortunately, at the end of the year, white landowners would frequently cheat the black sharecroppers of their portion, meaning that many blacks ended up working for essentially nothing. It was a system eerily similar to slavery. In 1922, Henry and his family moved to Cleveland, Ohio. They were one of many black families who participated in the Great Migration to the North. They hoped to find greater financial opportunities and freedom from Jim Crow. Even in Ohio, Henry never made eye contact with white folk and is said to have lived in continuous fear of his landlords. It was this fear that made Henry worry for his youngest son, and doubtful that he would experience success. His wife Emma, however, was the exact opposite, and was determined to make sure that her son was successful no matter what. In fact, when her youngest son developed a tumorous growth on his chest, she cut it off with a hot kitchen knife because the family could not afford to see a doctor. It was this determination that the young boy emulated, and he became the first person in his family to go to college. He attended The Ohio State University, where he joined the track team and instantly began raising eyebrows over his incredible athletic abilities. He became the first African American team captain in Big Ten history and was elected to compete at the 1936 Berlin Olympics. He soon learned that Ohio was not as different from the South as he had expected. If it is not clear yet, this man was none other than legendary track athlete Jesse Owens. He is famous for winning 4 gold medals, showing up Hitler at his own Olympic Games, and eventually having his name plastered on buildings across the Ohio State University campus. Everyone knows about his success, but how many know about what happened to him after the Olympics? Is this truly a rags to riches story? Life was like in general?
I would say, yeah, he was recognized and probably had a lot of acclaim, a lot of people who gave him praise.
He lived happily.
Contrary to what many believe, Jesse did not immediately receive the recognition he deserved. Unlike his fellow gold medal winners, he was not allowed to meet FDR due to the color of his skin. He is quoted saying, "Hitler didn't snub me. It was our president who snubbed me. The president didn't even send me a telegram." He said this just months after the Olympic Games. Jesse not only failed to be recognized, but received little financial compensation for his accomplishments. Following the Olympics, he was forced to take up demeaning competitions where he would race against horses for money. He would be later sued for that money he made racing horses, and forced to declare bankruptcy. Jesse is quoted stating, "After I came home from the 1936 Olympics with my 4 medals, it became increasingly apparent that everyone was going to slap me on the back, want to shake my hand, and have me up to their suite. But no one was going to offer me a job." Ultimately, it would take Jesse 40 years to receive any real recognition for his accomplishments. In 1976, President Ford finally awarded Jesse a Presidential Medal of Freedom. Furthermore, 3 gyms at OSU were built in Jesse's name in 1976, as well as Jesse Owens Memorial Stadium in 2001. But all this recognition was too little, too late. While Jesse Owens is one of the greatest track athletes to ever live, his story was not very different from a majority of African Americans at the time of Jim Crow. He still had to eat at different restaurants, take back entrances, work odd jobs, and fight for recognition. The story of Jesse Owens is not a rags to riches story. It is a rags to rags story that proved that exceptionalism was not enough to turn the hearts of white society. A much greater civil rights movement was needed before any real change could be made.